Morning, everybody. Jacob with Scooters Lawn Care here, and today just wanted to go over something. Someone had asked, links of what I listen to, what I really like to, books I read, and I don't read anything paper, unless it's magazine articles of turf and lawn and landscape. But as far as like gaining knowledge and trying to always be learning more to better yourself, I'm all about continuous education. I just wanted to give you some different YouTube stuff I listen to, some different podcast stuff I listen to, and a bunch of Audible books. I'm going to list a ton of them, and then we will end up, after we do this, at some point, I'm hoping we'll get these all listed in the description of some of these audio books. But knowledge is power, and you need the right knowledge, and you need to continue to learn to be at the top of your game all the time. So what I was going to mention is some of the YouTube stuff we listen to. I'm big on the Cardone Zone, any of Grant Cardone's stuff I really like. Podcast I listen to. Gary V puts out a new podcast every day. I love Gary Vaynerchuk's podcasts. And I stick to a lot of just those two guys' information of stuff that's live and streamed and podcasts that are continuous. And I've been into their stuff that's relevant, their new stuff lately. I haven't been doing a ton of reading. That's the stuff I've been into. But as far as books, I got these kind of sorted, I believe, by author, but How to Get and Stay Motivated by Grant Cardone, Be Obsessed or Be Average by Grant Cardone, Relentless, From Good to Great from Tim Grover, amazing book. Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. It's the story of Nike, how it got started, kind of what they went through. If you read it, you'd be amazed that it is, they were what they were. And amazing book. If You're Not First, You're Last by Grant Cardone. The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. The Millionaire Booklet by Grant Cardone. Sell or Be Sold by Grant Cardone. Let me see. Extreme Ownership. It's how the U.S. Navy, it's kind of the U.S. Navy mentality on ownership and kind of business, and that is by Jocko Willink and Leif Babin. I might not be saying the names right. The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. I've read most of that. Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek. Awesome book. Deep Work. I've read a fair amount of that. That was an okay book. Profit First. Anything by Mike Michalowicz. So Profit First, The Toilet Paper Entrepreneur, The Pumpkin Plan, and Surge were all great books. Unshakable by Tony Robbins. Fanatical Prospecting by Jeb Blunt. Jump by Steve Harvey. Amazing book by Steve Harvey. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Amazing book. The Power of Broke by Damon John, in all these books, like a bunch of financial, a bunch of business advice, a bunch of just bettering yourself. And, the new 1 Minute Manager, that was a good one. Who Moved My Cheese was a pretty short, good book. The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F was a great book by Mark Manson. The Thank You Economy by Gary Vaynerchuk. Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. The 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss. Awesome book. Give you a mindset of kind of what's some really cool, interesting thoughts. Rich Dad's Increase Your Financial Literacy. I believe that's what that is. And then Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Which one is this? This is got a cracked phone screen on this one I'm going off of. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I think it's just the original Poor Dad book. Duct Tape Marketing by John Jantsch. Amazing book. Ask Gary V. His book is awesome. Money Master the Game by Tony Robbins. Another amazing one. The Referral Engine by John Jantsch. The One Thing by Gary Keller. And like I said, I read a ton. So I'm not reading the books that I haven't even started. I'm just reading the ones I've finished. The Closer's Survival Guide by Grant Cardone. EntreLeadership by Dave Ramsey. Traction by Gino Wickman. The Hard Thing About Hard Things by Ben Horowitz. The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. A lot of people suggest this book. I didn't like it. I couldn't get through it, but it might be a good one for you, so it'd be something to look into. The E-Myth Revisited, the E-Myth Landscape Edition, amazing books on systemizing your business. Good to Great by Jim Collins, amazing book. How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie, an amazing book. And then, yeah, that's most of it. And just to kind of give you an idea, I am obsessed with, continuous learning. And, just let me look at the stats for this year. And I'm only looking at this stuff and talking about it to really show how serious I am. So this year I've read, total time listening to audiobooks is 14 days, 5 hours, and 52 minutes. Or I don't know if that's this year, but it's the total time on audio or Audible. So you need to always be looking to better yourself. You need to always be listening in to new information and finding out about different things. And, just try to always be learning. And then, I've done a lot, so where now I'm kind of focusing down on less people and not trying to just grab from everywhere. But, you can always better yourself. And when you look at top CEOs, they read an average of 60 books a year. That's where all that knowledge is coming from. That's where, people think they get paid way too much money. Well, they're using their brain. They're learning high above the average person who reads next to nothing in a year. So yes, your continued learning is going to be your continued success. Everybody, this is Jacob with Scooters Lawn Care. Have a great Sunday. I'll talk to you soon.